ICE agents caught on camera tackling a 79-year-old American citizen, tackling that citizen to the ground during a raid at a Los Angeles car wash. This is just the latest example of ICE's increasing belligerence. We're going to show you the shocking footage, but first, Jen, your initial thoughts here. It seems like we're hearing more of this every day. There's another incident.
Yeah, I'm really worried about it. So first of all, they can't really tell on looks who's an American citizen and who isn't. So now they're tackling a lot of American citizens, and I'm worried about it. And that's not what's supposed to be happening. And you're supposed to check first. Are they a citizen? Did they break the law, etc.? But it doesn't look like that's happening. And then you've got masked people without badges committing violence, putting people into vans. This is not going to end well, and as you'll see here, it didn't end well in this case either.
No, it certainly didn't. Here's what allegedly happened. September 9th, ICE agents entered a car wash business in LA owned by Rafie Ollah Shouhed, nearly 80-year-old naturalized US citizen. And look at this video surveillance footage. It's from inside the car wash. It shows an officer running in. And look at that. ICE agent encounters Shouhed, knocks him to the ground before running past him. Then in footage taken outside the car wash right here, Shouhed walks toward a federal officer who appears to be detaining one of his employees. He grappled with another officer. Then a third agent runs in and takes him to the ground again. Here's Shouhed explaining what happened.
I was begging him. I have a heart condition. 3 big people were sitting on my back, the way they tore me down, sitting on me, and I asked them to let me go, which they absolutely would not pay no attention, and they took me to detention center.
Naturalized citizen in a detention center for 12 hours before finally being released. Now he is suing the Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and Customs and Border Protection for $50 million. Shouhed suffered several broken ribs, chest trauma, elbow injuries. He has symptoms of a traumatic brain injury. That's according to the claim. But DHS is not backing down either. In a statement, a DHS spokesperson said authorities arrested 5 people from Guatemala and Mexico who broke our nation's immigration laws from the car wash, and that Shouhed impeded the operation, was arrested for assaulting and impeding a federal officer. Shouhed and his attorney denied those accusations at a press conference on Thursday. "What can I do for you? Can I help you?" Shouhed recalled saying to the officers. He said he wanted to tell agents he had documents to show his employees were eligible to work. Unfortunately, what happened to Shouhed is not a one-off. US citizens have increasingly gotten swept up in ICE's anti-immigrant crackdown. A review by the New York Times of publicly reported cases and court records found that since January, at least 15 US citizens have been arrested or detained and questioned about their citizenship by immigration agents or local law enforcement officers enlisted to work with federal authorities. Now, many of the people detained immediately told officers they were US citizens, but, well, you heard Mr. Shouhed said they were ignored. In some cases, they have been handcuffed, kept in holding cells, immigration facilities overnight. In at least 2 cases, held without access to a lawyer or even a phone call. And now, even reporters are coming under physical threat. A police investigation is underway after a CBS News Chicago reporter had a projectile fired at her car by an ICE agent on Sunday morning. The woman, Azal Razea Yusal, said she was driving her truck with her driver's side window down while approaching the entrance of the Broadview, Illinois ICE facility to see if any activity was taking place. She saw there was no active protest going on. And that's when she said a mass ICE agent who saw her window down shot a pepper ball about 50 feet from the inside of the fence, hitting her truck's driver's side panel, causing the chemical agents to engulf the inside of her truck. Razea He said the pepper ball left white powder on her windshield. Her face had been on fire for at least the last 10 minutes or so. The chemical also caused her to vomit once outside of her truck. She says the shot was unprovoked. She filed a police report. DHS has yet to comment on that one. So I butchered the name and I apologize for that. But again, it just seems like, number one, Jake, they're going by who doesn't look American, as if we're not a melting pot. And number two, even if you're not a citizen, why is this okay?
Yeah. So I'm old enough to remember when police in America didn't have masks and did have badges and didn't look like they were out of a banana republic. And when a owner of a business came up to them, that was 79 years old, they didn't immediately tackle him and throw him to the ground. But apparently we're not in that America. So when you see that video, I know there's a portion of Americans who will look at it and go, yeah, attaboy, take that 79-year-old American and smash him to the ground. He's rushing up to you. I mean, you don't know what, yeah, he looks like a real threat, that guy. A good thing, yeah, that's it, smash him, right? What if that was your dad? Okay, and keep rolling the video, So then he goes outside. He's not running now, like what, running, a 79-year-old running apparently was a big problem, right? He's like, look, I have the papers, and they're like, oh, you have papers. Oh, we're not interested in evidence or documentation. We're interested in kicking this 79-year-old's ass and then taking him to a detention center. I mean, look at this, Does this look like America? It looks like, they say that they're trying to get people from Mexico and Guatemala and bring them back there. You don't have to. This looks like a scene out of Narcos. This doesn't look like America. What is this? Which banana republic are we living in? Jesus Christ, man. We love finding folks who are good fits for us, right?
I love good fits.
When you're sleeping, you definitely need a good fit. So I don't get enough sleep during the weekdays, but because of Lisa Mattress, at least on Saturdays, I'm getting some great sleep, and I'm waking up in the morning thinking, I got this. So I love that they have free shipping. I love that they have easy returns. That's super critical for me. 100-day trial. What else do you want?
You got to get that trial.
And they've given away 42,000 mattresses. We love companies trying to do good in the world. So they're good guys and they've got great mattresses.
They're philanthropists.
You can't lose with this. So that's why we picked them, and we hope you do too.
Go to lisa.com for 25% off, plus get an extra $50 off with promo code TYT exclusive to our viewers. That's LEESA.com, promo code TYT for 25% off, plus an extra $50 off. But be sure to enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. Lisa.com, promo code TYT.
Yes, so some portion of America will look at that and go, oh, I love that, man. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Oh, there was a reporter. I got massive problems with mainstream media. Do I think we should be firing pepper gas into their cars? Are you insane? What are we doing? Why did they fire the pepper ball into her car? She was looking at them. She wasn't even reporting at the time. She was just driving by, assessing the situation. How dare you assess the situation? What do you think, there's freedom of the press in our Constitution? No, we're gonna attack you. We're gonna attack Americans, we're gonna attack everybody. I think the great majority of America looks at that and goes, what are we doing here? Does this make America look like the country that we all love and cherish? Or does it make it look like a kind of a place run by thugs? So no, I'm not interested in this, and I'm certainly not interested in their nonstop mistakes where they never ask for evidence or documentation or papers. They just throw people to the ground, smash them, detain them, deport them without due process. That's not what America is. So, I look at that guy and think, that poor guy. What if it was my dad? Look, they said they were going to be for freedom of speech. And so now when you object to ICE doing this, they're like, oh, you're endangering ICE. Yeah, that guy was endangering ICE. Speech, before they were like, oh, freedom of speech, right? Now, hey, I think ICE is doing something wrong and un-American. How dare you? You shouldn't be allowed to say that. You should just accept ICE throwing 79-year-old Americans to the ground and not caring about any evidence. And who cares that there's now masked men running around posing as ICE and throwing women into vans and raping them? Who cares? No, I care. I care. This is the America I know and love. This is some weird authoritarian state we're slipping into, and I can't stand it.
Look, that was tough to watch. I, for some reason, spend a lot of time watching FBI files, and there's been stories about famous crime families and thugs and just stupid stuff. The last one was about Philadelphia and Joey Merlino, this young thug who just always wanted to be a made man. And I'm sorry if it's too much, that's what it feels like I'm seeing as I watch the footage. And you said you're tired of the mistakes. They don't even own up to it. They just go full force ahead. You can't complain on them. I'm not saying that it always works out when people complain on, police, for example, but you don't have a name, you don't have a badge, you really have nothing to go on. Where it feels like it's a form of domestic urban terrorism. That's what it feels like.
I mean, look, it's last thing. Imagine if we had a left-wing president already. That's because all the Democrats are corporatists and not left-wing. But okay, imagine we have a Democrat or a left-wing president, and he says, "Oh, you know what? I think the real problem is the right wing, and I think they're domestic terrorists or whatever." Now Stephen Miller's calling everybody on the left domestic terrorists, and so I'm going to send masked guys with no badges to rough you guys up and put you in detention centers and alligator Alcatraz and see how you like it. What do you think the right wing would do to that? My guess is that they would react in a very significant way, and it wouldn't be just speech. Oh, you're a masked man with no badge or identification busting into my place of work, and you think I'm just gonna go, oh, okay, I'll just trust that you're the government. I'll just trust that you're the authorities. It's not usually how those folks react. This is the government treading on you. You were worried about government tyranny. That's what government tyranny looks like.